I am doing this review as a request for a friend of mine, Gallagher, not Gallagher as we say it here in the States, but in the UK it's a Gallagher. And it's also the comedian who smashes watermelons, but this is not the request. You know who you are, you requested it, and we need to talk about Kevin. A psychological movie. A suspenseful and gripping psychological thriller. Lynn Ramsey's We Need to Talk About Kevin explores the fractious relationship between a mother and her evil son. In a bracing tour de force performance, Academy Award winner Tilda Swinton plays Ava, a mother and contending with the increasing malevolence of her baby boy turned teenager Kevin, played by, wait for it, Ezra Miller. Academy Award winner John C. Reilly is the eternally optimistic husband and father, blind to the devastating dynamics surrounding them. We need to talk about Kev. Is skillfully constructed entirely from Ava's perspective, exploring nature versus nurture on a disturbing new level, as Ava's culpability is measured against Kevin's depravity. Jesus, this is some really low-res writing. With a haunting score by Johnny Greenwood of Radiohead and Ramsey's signature visual style. This film's moral ambiguity and unforgettable climax will have people talking about Kevin for years to come. How befitting. I'll get to the Miller thing in a minute. This is an uncomfortable / disturbing movie in the right way. Like how it was, it's like just the minimalism with the music. What I've noticed when I like these three things is the slow burn, and I've noticed three things that make this happen. One, lack of music. If it is, it's done in a folk rock kind of quiet style. I guess you could say the sound of silence just a little bit. Two, there is some tension and mystery going on, but nothing has been achieved yet. And three, what happens at the end when it's revealed slowly and with such disturbance that it just screams. It just pays off so darn well. Because in the book, yes, it's based off a book from 2002, 2003, whatever. It was done in letters, sending letters to each other, kind of like Dracula, I guess one could say. And it is just absolutely crazy. I mean, John C. Reilly in here, who was in Step Brothers as well, just does a fantastic job of being the optimist compared to the nihilist that Catherine Matilda Swanson is. So she played. What did she play? She played one of the characters in the Doctor Strange series, the Otherworld creature person, something like that. Anyway. We get to see just a range of emotions as she comes to accept what happened, but just done in such a, you can just tell from like seeing that, like, okay, maybe my son's just acting out because the terrible twos. Seeing him get a little bit older as the kid has quite the clever comebacks, and not because the mother raised him like so many fake posts on Facebook, but just the kid, it's like, it's what is innate within the kid. Could the child just innately be the one that is just beyond our comprehension of like what makes this child just do some of the things that they do, that has nothing to do with the parents' influence, and it's like the kid who is like the child actor who plays Kevin, 8 years old, does such a good job just being a little, of course, it's like the close-ups with the emotions, the lighting, the cinematography. These are like bright lights, kind of like I'm just using an everyday light. But just imagine that, just a family sitting on a chair. But we also get some symbolic use of the family being apart. Like you could see it, a couple scenes. There's one at the dinner table where Kevin and Franklin, the dad, are sitting closer together, but yet the mom, Ava, is further apart, thus highlighting the distance that's happening between the family. And of course, there's like the build up, so showing up. It's like, hey, something's going to happen. I mean, it's like you can even. I mean, it's right there on Wikipedia, like the build up, like little hints that are dropped towards the massive, towards just the climactic finale. You know, it's just like you just look at it and you're just like, that is what happened. That is absolutely insane. So this film is just utterly bollocks, but in the best way possible. It's the slow disturbing type of horror that just works out so gosh darn well. Um, some like and it's just like with Ezra Miller, with everything that just went on with him. How prophetic was this movie right here? That like all the stuff that he did, all the drugs and everything else is like, how accurate was this prophecy that it would happen? This would happen in the 2018 or 2022. Just sheer coincidence, but I just have to point out, I don't know if it's just darkly funny. I just say it's just like darkly funny, darkly coincidental. So yeah, it's like, yeah, and also some other things that lead to the uncomfortableness is just like the zoom outs, just the focusing on just like kind of just dingy look and everything. It's like you have to pay attention. It's like you pay attention to the wide angle shots, just to feel that she is uncomfortable about herself, because it's like she receives extreme backlash, like eggs being thrown at the house and her visualizing seeing blood and everything else that's really not there, but just kind of being not ostracized, but just not talked to that much. That's what makes this movie so great. And it's like at first you're thinking, oh, this is going to be confusing about the themes presented, but overall it does, because she kind of does have some ambivalence towards a motherhood, I guess, and it just, that's what was that's what it was like, one of the themes presented. What I would have liked to have seen explore more, because unfortunately, in my opinion, this movie exploits the like what makes this child a bad seed without even pondering any like, could it be something? I've heard it's astrological. I've heard it could be like the food that they eat. Like just what it could be, just to explore the option. Because eventually, there's a defense saying that he did take Prozac, fluoxetine. Now, whether that's 10, 20, 40, or 90 milligrams in tablet or capsule form, dosage, BID, TID, I don't know. Maybe that could have played a part, because that was thrown in. Because it's just like, that what I like to have seen explored more is like, but at the same time, it's done so wonderful with the folk rock and the minimalistic music. This just makes it a very disturbing, just freaking, what did they say here? 5 stars, says someone. Time out, New York. Rolling Stone says mesmerizing. Swinton is flat out amazing. Austin Chronicle, nothing short of riveting, says Entertainment Weekly. A stunning piece of work and a crushing discussion on the impact of nature versus nurture. Ramsey and Swinton are an amazing team, says Twitch Film. And it got like 5 and 1. So yeah. The Golden Globe actress Tilda Swanson, so I was like, yeah. It won winner, best actress across the board. So I mean, at what, roughly 100 and some odd minutes, this really is a freaking fantastic movie. So yeah, and also use it. Also, I think parents should use this as, how should I say this? As a way of like, it's like just a way of like how to question their parenting styles. It's like, explain to your children why. Don't just say one sentence and then that's it, because the kids just going to want to know more. Or it's like, you don't even ask them where they want to go for your birthday, and then you give them and then your child gives you years of abstinence. Maybe there's a reason why. It may even happen when a person is in their early 20s when they order fish and chips. So yeah, rather than a steak. So yeah, I highly recommend that you watch. We Need to Talk About Kevin.